Hey, friends. So, I'd like to take us on a little journey through the 46th gene key. It's a really, really deeply beautiful one that goes from the shadow of seriousness to the city of ecstasy, and it's the pathway and the gift of delight. So, when we contemplate, when we focus and put our attention on seriousness, the shadow, right? The shadow being also the ego, that which is an illusion. And that's the problem, is taking the illusion seriously. Seriousness is like a dead weight. It's really dense and it's really heavy, and it just keeps your awareness or mind from breathing freely. It traps it in this straitjacket of one perspective uh, that is the right one, because the mind likes to be right, and we get very serious about this, right? It's like, I'm right and you're wrong, or vice versa. And so seriousness feeds the drama. Seriousness feeds the incapacity to truly deeply relax and to breathe freely and to welcome in and out the light of our true nature. So we can just pause for a moment and feel into this frequency of seriousness. Do you feel how it shuts everything down? How it closes all of the shutters? You know, it's it it freezes, it freezes life. Now, of course, the mind and the intellect and words are funny things. There's my cat again, and and sometimes we can ask ourselves, well, what do I how do I define this word that I'm using? And it's useful when we embark on conversations to agree on the definitions of the words that we're going to be using, or to see them in any case if there's a discrepancy, if there's some kind of a difference in how we define the words. This can help. This can help to open up the space to the moment, to the present moment, and what is truly, truly being experienced and communicated. And in this case, seriousness is the shadow, is the frozen and blind aspect of the identified awareness that has cut itself off from the whole of creation. Because this is what we do when we identify ourselves. When we lose ourselves in our ego mind, is we cut ourselves off from the rest of creation. It 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 cuts us off from the joy, from the wealth, the the beauty of our own nature, which is, you know, reflected all around us, especially when we're in nature. Um, Seriousness is like the city, not the SIDDHI city, but the CITY city, the big city, like the big megalopolis where you can't breathe and everything's constricted and you have to be serious, right? Because fools and clowns and ecstatics in cities, um, they get banished. Um, they get excluded. I'm generalizing, So don't take me too seriously. So what happens now, you see, when we start to realize this stranglehold of the mind and of our identification upon the present moment and what we truly are, and just liberating it, is we come to the gift of delight. And words are funny. Delight, it's the light, but it's also the lightness of being, where seriousness was really heavy and constrictive and plumbing us down. Just noticing and realizing that we can open any moment is the perfect moment to open up to the intrinsic delight of being here now. Now, this isn't to say that there isn't pain and suffering in the world, and yet we hear the most extraordinary accounts of the awakened ones in the midst of the most dire circumstances, waking up to the delight of their own pure being everything of existence, and there being no more separation. And so the physical body being able to finally welcome the indwelling spirit and allow it to shine through with its light, with its delight, which is a blessing. And then what happens with the blessing, the gift of delight, is that, ecstasy, ecstasy washes through and just washes clear everything that was separate and brings it back into the fold of the ocean of being. And that's, when you look at the ocean, is it not ecstatic? The waves, and sometimes the ocean is like oil on a calm day in certain places, and there's, regardless of its form, there's that unity that's there, that crashes or that swells and that breathes, with the tides and everything. And ecstasy really does that for us. It totally just blasts our separation out of the water. It's gone. And all that's left is this extraordinary, boundless, exquisite moment, which is us. The cities are us in the present moment. And so that is the journey for now. Taking advantage of the 4016 key still being in the sky, and regardless, it's always in someone's sky, and therefore in all of our skies, in the skies of our hearts. So I hope this helps, and that you breathe more freely, that we all breathe more freely together, this ecstatic breath. Take best care, my dear friends. Ciao, ciao.